Hi and welcome to another LRCC Soundbite. I thought this year I would try and tell a lot of stories for you, mainly all coming from one part of the Bible. Now, if you don't know, the Bible is actually made up of quite a lot of different books, all written by different people at different times for different reasons. 4 of these books are the stories of Jesus, and we call them the Gospels. One of them was written by a guy called Luke, and it's his book that I'm going to use. It would be great to just read you the whole book, but that would take too long. So instead, I'm just going to pick out some smaller chunks to give you, the story that's happening through that whole book. The very start of the book is about Christmas. Jesus and his cousin John being born, and the shepherds being visited by angels before they then go and visit baby Jesus on the night he was born. Now, since we've just had Christmas, I'll jump over that bit and I'll tell you what happened just a few weeks later. Now, whenever a new baby was born, the Jewish law required the mother to stay at home for several weeks before she and the father then went to the temple and offered a sacrifice to God. So, of course, that's exactly what Mary and Joseph did. They took Jesus the few miles from Bethlehem to Jerusalem and they visited the temple. This was nothing unusual. No one would have known about it particularly. It's just what people did. But this time, something very different happened. There was a man living in Jerusalem. His name was Simeon. And he'd had a promise from God years before that he wasn't going to die until he'd met Jesus. We don't know how old Simeon actually was on that day when Jesus was taken to the temple, but people generally agree that he was getting on a bit. And this particular day, God spoke to Simeon again and said, "This is it. This is the day. Go to the temple." So he did. He went to the temple, and there, when he got there, God pointed him at Mary and Joseph and the baby Jesus in the midst of what was probably thousands of other people milling around. And so Simeon met Jesus, and he told Mary and Joseph what God had told him about the life that Jesus was going to have. And then he prayed for them and prayed a blessing on them. I wonder how often Simeon had thought that it was never going to happen. He was never going to meet Jesus. He was getting older and older, and is it going to happen? How often did he doubt that God would ever make that happen for him? Of course, if Simeon had chosen not to listen to God on that day and ignore it when God had said, "Now's the time, go," then it also wouldn't have happened, would it? I think the message I want to get across today is simply that God always keeps his end of the bargain. His promises are always there. There can be times when we miss out, but God is always there, and God always keeps up his end of what he's promised. The Bible is full of promises that God offers to us. One offer that I can make to you is that if you don't have a copy of the Bible and would like one, do let us know. If you live near us, we'll be happy to bring a free copy round to you. If you're further away, we'll see what we can do to arrange something for you. You might like to read this story for yourself, or maybe look through at some of the other promises that God makes. God bless you, and I'll see you next time.